Welcome to Epitrapaizoume. Hi, my name is Elia.
And mine Vangelis. And today's game under our microscope will be 12 Realms, a fast, light-hearted cooperative game for 1 to 6 players, full of fantasy and fairy tales.
Let's dive into a magic world where the heroes of our dreams, from the stories that our grandfathers used to tell us before we fell asleep, are being reunited for one last great adventure.
Siegfried, Snow White, D'Artagnan, Red Riding Hood, and the other heroes of the 12 Realms are up against the dark forces. The Lords of Darkness have joined forces to completely conquer and subjugate all the known lands, and only the combined efforts of all the greatest heroes can halt their nefarious plan.
12 Realms is available as a print-and-play version that people can download and play for free. 12 Realms is also on a Kickstarter campaign by Mage Company that promises to boost and enhance this beautiful game.
We are going to show you the PNP version today, but we can't really wait for Mage Company to publish this game since it's going to be full of beautiful artwork, high-quality miniatures and components. All this if the Kickstarter campaign will be successful.
12 Realms is played by 1 to 6 players. A session lasts approximately 40 minutes and is suggested for ages 12 and up. Let's take a quick look on the components.
There is a ton of stuff in the box, including 4 realm maps and 4 inversion markers, 8 cardboard miniatures and plastic stands, 4 decks of invaders, 1 for each map, lots of invader tokens for the different realms, 8 cardboard heroes, 23 town cards, artifacts, treasures and gold tokens, 2 custom dice, 1 realms guide, and much more. Depending on the pledge level on Kickstarter, we will find 4 black fortresses, high detail plastic miniatures, and much more.
Let's go and set up a game for 4 players and see how it plays. Most cards and tokens in the game are considered affiliated to a particular realm. You can recognize the card's affiliation by looking at the symbol on its top right corner. If it does match the one on the realm's board, top right corner, then the card is affiliated to that realm. A token is affiliated to a realm if its background color matches a realm's border color.
In this case, we have blue token color for the blue realm. First of all, let's have a quick look on the various talents of the heroes. As you see on the reference card, we have the symbol for swiftness, combat, craft, magic, charm, and gold. You can find these symbols throughout the whole deck, the heroes, and the various tokens within the game.
Each player receives a hero card and a talent board.
Depending on the card of your hero, you possess special talents, as indicated on the bottom of the card. For example, we see the different talents at the bottom of this card. Specifically for Red Riding Hood, we have 4 tokens for swiftness, 1 token for combat, 1 token for craft, and 1 token for charm. Place these cubes on the various tracks so that you indicate the various talents of this specific hero.
In the game, exploit refers to the action of removing a player's hero talent token for the current round in order to perform an effect.
Simply remove a cube.
For example, when asked to exploit a swiftness talent, remove one of your hero's talent swiftness tokens in order to trigger the effect. You can also exploit a required token from the cards you have collected so far, like the town cards. It is not possible to exploit an action when the entire player's required talent tokens are already used during this round.
A yellow or blue talent cube can be exploited but must be discarded and put back into the remaining unused cubes after its use.
Refresh refers to the action of refreshing a player's hero talent cube. Vulnerability refers to the symbols present on an invader, treasure or artifact token. In case of invader tokens, these symbols are shown in different groups. When attempting an action against the token's vulnerability, a player is only required to exploit talents matching one symbol's group, not all of them.
The players first decide which realms they want to include in the game. For a balanced game, it's recommended to take 2 realms for 1 to 2 players, 3 realms for 3 to 4 players, and 4 realms for 5 to 6 players. We're showing a game for 4 players, therefore we're using 3 realms. Put the remaining realms back into the box. Set apart all active realms affiliated components and put back into the game's box the components affiliated to the realms not included in this game.
From the Realms cards, separate the ones marked by the Lord of Darkness symbol in the bottom left area. Choose only one single Lord of Darkness card for each realm and put the remaining Lord of Darkness card back in the box. Note that some Lords of Darkness will raise the game's difficulty. For an easier game, select the cards which show a single invasion symbol. Prepare the Realms deck. Shuffle together all the remaining Realms cards. You must mix together cards from all active realms, but remember not to include the Lord of Darkness card, which you set aside before. Leave the Realms deck face down in an area easily accessible by all players. Prepare the Town deck. Shuffle together all Town cards and leave the Town deck face down in an area easily accessible by all players. For each Realms board, gather all of the Realms affiliated tokens close to the board and place some of them as explained below. Place one randomly chosen artifact token in the board's area marked by the number 6. Place one randomly chosen treasure token in the board's area marked by the number 1. Place one randomly chosen treasure token in the board's area marked by the number 2. And then place the invasion marker on the first phase of the invasion track.
Hero setup. Randomly determine the first player. Each player in turn chooses one hero card, takes the corresponding hero token, and places it on the town area and the active realms board of his choice. Each player takes as many talent cubes as indicated on the hero card and places them on the talent board to keep track of used talents. The game takes place over a series of turns, divided in 3 phases. Phase 1, Invasion, Phase 2, Perform actions, and Phase 3, Refresh. Players continue to take turns until they manage to defeat every active realm's Lord of Darkness, or if they lose altogether. Phase 1, Invasion. Players must perform the following steps. First, they start by updating the invasion tracks. Each active realm's board invasion marker must be moved forward by 1 space for each invader token present. If the invasion marker moves over the track last space, the game is immediately over for all the players and they are considered defeated.
Then we continue with resolving powers. If there are any invaders on any active realms board with the following powers, Curse, Marauding or Summon, then their effect must be resolved in the steps of the invasion phase. The effects of the above powers are explained in the Invaders Power section of the rulebook.
The game continues by drawing realm cards. The players must now draw from the realm deck as many cards as indicated by the total of the invasion symbols on all the Lords of Darkness cards, including defeated Lords of Darkness. In this example, we have 3 such symbols from our Lords of Darkness, therefore we're going to draw 3 cards. For each of the drawn cards from the realms deck, we find the corresponding token, if any, and then we roll a 6-sided die. In this case, we start with Valkyrie from the blue realm, we find the token as indicated on the card, we roll a 6-sided die, and the number corresponds to the place, the region of the map that this is going to be placed. We roll the 4, therefore this is going to be placed here. We do the same for the remaining of the cards, like with this Tanuki. We roll again the 6-sided die, that's a 3, therefore this is going to be placed in the region labeled 3, in the corresponding map. Finally, we roll for the last enemy, for the last invader, which is this, and it's going to be placed here, where it's number 6.
If you draw a treasure or an artifact, resolve it in a similar way as we do with the invaders. Or if we draw an event card, then apply the written effect immediately and then discard it.
Phase 2. Perform actions. Each player in turn is designated active player. The active player may have his hero perform any number of actions, as we're going to list them below, and as many times as he wishes, as long as all the restrictions are respected. Actions can be performed in any chosen order and can even be combined. Action Move. The active player may move his hero token from one area of the map to any other adjacent area by exploiting first one of his swiftness cubes, and then placing his hero token to a new area. A hero cannot move when all of his swiftness cubes have been exploited.
Action, confront an invader. This action can be attempted against any invader token present in the same area as the active player's hero token. The player declares a challenge against one of the eligible invaders. Some invaders' powers may affect the player's hero during a challenge, but before the confrontation takes place. In that case, resolve the invader power first, before proceeding with the confrontation action.
In our example, our hero decides to confront this invader, who stood on the same region as his character. Therefore, he has to exploit those two talents in order to defeat him. He checks on his board and he has them available, and that's the only way he can confront him and win him. Therefore, he removes simply the corresponding talents to indicate that he used them, and declaring this confrontation successful.
Action, claim a treasure. This action can be attempted if there are any treasure tokens present in the same area as the active player's hero token. If the active player can exploit as many of his hero talent tokens as required by the eligible treasure's vulnerability, then the attempt is successful and the treasure is considered claimed. Then the active player gains the treasure and a gold talent cube.
Here our character moved with one swiftness cube from one region to the adjacent region, and then he has to use one charm cube in order to claim the treasure and receive the gold. The same goes with artifacts, but also keep in mind that a player can entrust an artifact simply by transferring one of his character's artifacts to any other hero present in the same area.
Action, visit town. This action can be performed if the active player's hero token is located in a town area. Furthermore, a swiftness talent token must be exploited for the action to take place. You are then allowed to draw 4 cards from the town deck. You are only allowed to obtain one of the drawn cards, and only if your hero can exploit as many talents as the card costs.
Finally, the last action a hero can take is the action to travel. The active player can choose this option only when his hero token is present in a town area. A player who wishes to travel places his hero token in a new town in any other active realm of his choice. The player's perform actions phase ends here, and it is then the next player's turn.
Once all players have completed their perform action phases, it is time to resolve the refresh phase. So we continue with phase 3, refresh. All players can refresh all their exploited talent cubes.
Simply we take the cubes and we place them back on their tracks, keeping in mind the card of our hero, so they go into the correct place. And we're ready for the next round. Keep in mind what happens in the case of the Lords of Darkness. As soon as the invasion marker moves over one of the red marked spaces, then the affiliated realm's Lord of Darkness enters into play. Place the Lord of Darkness token on a randomly selected area on the affiliated board as you would for any standard invader, as we explained previously before.
To be able to challenge a Lord of Darkness, the active player must possess all artifacts affiliated to the same Lord of Darkness.
If a Lord of Darkness is defeated, remove his token from the map as usual, and remove his affiliated realm invasion marker from play. From now on, every drawn invader card affiliated to the same realm of the defeated Lord of Darkness will be ignored. Just simply put the card back into the box. When the last Lord of Darkness has been defeated, the game is immediately over and declared a victory for the players.
This is how the PnP version looks like and how the game plays. Keep in mind that with our support through Kickstarter, this game will shine.
High detail plastic miniatures for the heroes, as well as variant mini expansions such as the Black Fortresses, which have cool high detail looking miniatures like this. Tremendous detail. Very nice. Will be available. Also, you will be able to find advanced rules for different variants. Enter 12 realms, a fantasy world for the brave heroes, a land in need of their courage and bold, to defeat the Dark Lords and prosper again. This is 12 realms, We hope that you enjoyed this video. Till next time, you're watching
Επιτραπέζουμε!